fifth grade. Welcome to week 3, day 1. I'm just going to walk you through what you're responsible for today. So I'm going to click on your classwork tab. I'm going to go to week 3, day 1. So today we're asking you to go onto a Khan Academy website. You're going to practice the problems listed on the right and watch the videos from the Khan Academy link provided. You'll review the videos, you'll complete the questions on the practice sets. There is a Regents standard included in this site that would be beneficial for you to review if you're in the Regents class. And then you're going to do a couple of things after that. So I just want to show you the website so you see what you are responsible for. So it starts off with a video going over how to construct a scatter plot. If you look on the left, this is your index. So you click on it. There are some practice problems. So you complete the problem. It tells you what to do at the top. When you're done, you click check and it'll tell you if you got it right or wrong. If you got it wrong, they have you answer it again. If you got, they also provide like other resources for you to use if you need additional support. So there's some more practice sets on how to make appropriate scatter plots. There is a video on your correlations, so examples of the different directions in scatter plots. There is positive and negative linear associations, going over that, so some practice sets there. Every practice set is only 4 questions, so I recommend, giving them a go. Get that practice in so that it'll help you with the other assignments for the day. Here is the Regents part of this. So if you're in the Regents class, this is something like that I would recommend.
Maybe I have a data point here, maybe I have a data point here, maybe I have a data point here.
Okay, so I would recommend going over this for your own benefit. We would be teaching this to you if we were in class right now. You use the graphing calculator to find your correlation coefficients. Depending on what happens after April 20th, if we are still remote learning, then we will have you guys start using those graphing calculators to get comfortable with them and do our best to show you what we can for them. But this just gives you a general understanding of what a correlation coefficient is, and you don't necessarily need the graphing calculator just to get the general idea. I'm going to show you actually. So here's an example of what your correlation coefficients look like, okay? So the first thing, I'm just going to give you a brief overview just so that you have a better idea of what a correlation coefficient is. So the correlation coefficient tells you how strong your data is. It really is based on how far away or how close your data is to your trend line. So the closer that your data is together means it's stronger, which would make your correlation coefficient closer to 1. Now, if your data is increasing or in a positive direction, then your correlation coefficient will also be positive. If your data is decreasing or in a negative direction, then your correlation coefficient will also be negative. And in that case, you're looking for a correlation coefficient closer to -1 if it has a stronger correlation. So I'll show you how this example works just so that you get an idea. If we're looking at A and B, A looks like the data is decreasing. It's a little spread out, but it definitely looks stronger than I would say B. B also looks like it's somewhat decreasing, but the data is more spread out. So just looking at my options, I know that for scatterplot A and B, I need a negative correlation coefficient. And I'm going to make A -0.75 because I think that this one is stronger in its correlation than B. So I want that correlation coefficient to be closer to -1. So you click on it, drag it up, and then this is the only other -1 left. So I know that has to be for B. And let's go down to C and D. So C and D are both showing a positive correlation. D is weaker than C because the data is more spread out. So C's correlation coefficient would be closer to +1. So let's see. Yeah, that looks right. So C is 0.87 right now and D is 0.63. So let's see if we're correct. So you scroll down and you click check. and then it tells you if you got it right, and you can move on to the next question. So that's just a quick understanding of what that correlation coefficient is. That's really all they have you do at this point on the website, which is perfect. It's just a little overview for you, okay? There's some more practice on describing the trends in your scatter plots. Then there is a video on correlation and causality.
That breakfast skipping.
Okay, so causality is something that also comes up in the algebra curriculum. It's not a very heavy topic for the algebra curriculum. It basically just goes over situations that are caused by something. That's what causality stands for. So the video takes you through that to explain that to you. And then there is another practice set that is kind of like a summary of everything the website walked you through. So I highly recommend doing these practice problems. There's usually only like 4 per practice set. So you should be able to complete those, and the practice will help for your assignments today. So after you go through the website, you're then going to fill out your feedback form, which is right here. It's based on your Khan Academy experience and your exploration, so you'll fill that out. And then once you're done with that, you're going to take a scatterplot portfolio assessment. So I would definitely recommend do not do this until after you've gone through the website, completed the feedback form, and maybe even use some of your notes that you guys had for your exam last week. That was the material from week 1. You all did pretty well on that test. So just review that before you take your portfolio assessment, because it is going in as an assessment grade. Okay, that's all for today. I hope that helped. I hope everyone's staying safe, and I will talk to you more tomorrow. Take care.